Guys, so I hope you heard about Ogobina and the latest release of what he did. And I always tell you that Ogobina and Demo of Facebook react in the same way. Now, when most of you heard about the story about Liz, you are up to the task and you are laughing at Ogobina talking about baby mama and the way he vibes with baby mama's properties, or rather, what was the other name? She was calling herself Mama something. Let me just be sure of what she said. Now, many people are celebrating and saying, oh, so people are just vibing with people's property. And I was like, no, I don't think that's true. And indeed, today, or rather yesterday, it was sure to the open. It came out very clearly that Liz is a liar. And Ogobina kept calm for very long, which we really appreciate. That's a very good aspect of you. You really did it timely, and it has come just at the right time. They always say karma is here. I didn't actually believe that it comes that fast, but it has finally come. So I remember that time that Ogobina had declared that he's going to announce and do the challenge and show who actually is who. Now that time people were saying it will be Liz. Liz amemwekea pressure atasema, and now it came out opposite. Do you know what happened? Ogobina woke up the next day and he was there announcing them on Facebook, and people were like, oh, they had, some of them were breathing, some were like, oh, so what? Yeah. So naysayers got a chance to actually appreciate, but I was like, no, there's something just wrong. And why can't Ogobina talk? And I really asked in one video, and I said, is it really true? And how true can that be when Ogobina is running his life? Like, we can see he's doing a lot of things. By the way, currently, he's building a house for Batman, and there is something else he's doing. And he has really promoted a lot of people in his show, many shows that he's done. And he's come a long way, by the way. So I was like, how can he really ride on a mama, you know? And I didn't just understand, but I knew sometimes women are very emotional, and when we turn emotional, sometimes we can decide to exaggerate. I'm not saying all of us, and I'm not saying that is what we always do, but it happens that sometimes they can decide to finish someone just because that is actually what it is. So, guys, there is this aspect that I finally learned, that when you come to vloggers or people who are popular, they can be destroyed by people who are very close to them. Now, Liz was in a relationship with Ogobina, and the brother actually knew very well who the sister is. And when Ogobina walked out, well, Ogobina has revealed lately what happened. Na ule udaku umetembea. I know very many videos have been done on this. Now in this version, I really want to ask, why did Liz have to do all this? Did he think that he can just bring down Ogobina just by one? You know, the funny thing about videos, YouTube or TikTok, is that when you have your fans, no matter how much people will soil your name, you'll still thrive. Because these people trust in you, then they follow you every day, and it doesn't matter what people say about you. Because even if it's negative, they'll just take it and say, oh, don't do this again and all that. But nothing much will happen. Now, let's just listen to this conversation. And from there, you can actually see that Liz is in shit. She's in trouble. So she's in trouble because she's a kind of person who is a fraud, and she's a liar. She's a person who thinks she can blackmail and she can spoil people's names. So with that, it turns back to her. They always say what goes around comes around. And it's not in all situations, but in this one, it has really
Liz akienda kulipa watu online waseme uongo juu yangu. Liz ameninyang'anya V8.
Yeah, najua.
Kitonga.
Na video niliongea vibaya.
Una comment hata online, una comment online kwa post za watu wengine unasema, "Oh, mimi najua ukweli, sijui nini." Na wewe unajua tu vizuri. Mimi nilipata msichana wenu, nikamsaidia, nikarealize si mtu mzuri, ni mlevi, ni mkora, ni mwizi. Nikaondokea, nikatoka pole pole. Nikamwachia mpaka V8 yangu. Liza akakimbizana na mimi akaanza kusema, oh, alikuwa ameniweka, oh, sijui amenifanyia nini na
Alright,
watoto
so
wangu. Liz
guys,
amebaki
from that video you can actually say chai part 1. Kumekucha. So Ogobina was like taking the pleasure, sucking pleasure from everything that had been imposed on him. You know, and I really felt for him when he came sharing out how sometimes people can sit on your chest and you wonder what to say and you just keep quiet and you continue waiting and seeing how people will react to it. And of course you can't, defend yourself. You look defensive, but in reality, you have the real story. And I really appreciate that he took his time and waited. People have now calmed, and then this, boop, it comes out. And you can actually see the brother to Liz is very desperate. 700,000, yeah, and it can't be paid. He doesn't have anything on an account. I wonder why people can be so funny that they can be paid to destroy someone. It's very funny sometimes to think that money quickly earned through destroying somebody can give you the pleasure to do that. And I think the brother to Liz is the one to be blamed more here, because as a man, he could know that he can be in the same position. What if he faces such a situation? Why did he go about lying about Ogobina? And here on video, he's very funny again. He's saying, sikufanya chochote and don't just help and all that. And I like the condition Ogobina now does. You know, when the wheel is now in your hand, yeah, you steer it. And I like that Ogobina has decided to take charge and told him, just do a video again to redeem me, you know. It's not easy for somebody to spoil your name and then they just think they can go about and reclaim theirs very fast. You have to make demands. So Gobina, of course, had blocked Liz and he was not interested in communicating with her. And so she went about looking for him, and now she had to pledge with the brother to do something or else not be paid. And when he found Ogobina was like, okay, so what is it? Okay, so when you went about and you knew very well, and is that the first time? You know, even if you have a sister, but you know exactly who they are, you cannot always defend them and stand with them in shit. You have to ensure that you stand with those who matter sometimes. Because I always say, yeah, relatives matter, but sometimes friends do. So I don't know why the brother was so very quick to stand with Liz, who is a con. A con is a con, and they'll con you even if you're a sister, even if you're a brother. They'll do it. They don't care because they thrive in that. So Liz seems to have perfected the art of fraud, but sometimes it turns on her. Now, let's just listen to Obina a little bit, and we come to the end of this video very soon after the listening to him.
What's up everybody? Ogadi top. Kuna watu wanasema nilikuwa nimekorogewa. Nilikuwa nimeshikiwa kamote. Maybe true, maybe not. I don't know. But this is what I would say, yeah. This for men, okay? This for men. Men are normally guilty until proven innocent. Normally when something is said or whatever, the man is normally
really
at mistake, at fault, guilty, whatever, the perpetrator and everything.
And if you have a video about
I've seen also stories of people
saying,
what else I've seen this thing.
then you will actually not sympathize with Liz at all. For those of you who are
must be the problem.
You can actually now see this lady is a con, and be sure if you are her friend, you will be conned, or you have once been conned. Only that pride cannot allow you to share. But the truth is, sometimes, even when you differ with a man, you don't have to go ruining their name. What for? Now, Ogobina shares that he's left about 3 women, and some people keep asking, were they all bad? Now, some people, they are just not meant to stand negatives. When you see a negative person, you just walk away, and it doesn't mean you have a problem. You may be having a weakness of standing them, and that's okay, because why should you stand shit anyway? So if you lack patience with such people, then I don't think nobody should blame you. Why? Because if you are sensible, then you don't stand nonsense. And even if you walk away from 10 nonsense, I don't think that's a weakness. That's according to me, by the way. So Ogobina is one person that does not stand, maybe people who are cons, from what he shared in the video. He cannot stand cons. He cannot stand women who are pestering. He cannot stand very mouthy. He cannot stand those who are using him. That's gold diggers and such and such. But he says he has also experienced good women, and therefore whom are we not to allow it if he says so. And we cannot force him, of course, to stand any other if he doesn't choose himself. So if you're a kind of person who stands nonsense or whatever it is, then stand it on your own and don't blame and say, why not the three? So he said today in the video that he can't stand that. And of course, that's why he walked away from Liz. He said she was a thief, she was a fraud, and she was all the negatives that he has seen. So he decided to walk away. And of course, today it comes to light because we actually see him even trying to conduct fraud on the brother. So guys, what do you say? Ogobina is now free. He has been sanitized. And of course, we are hoping that everything will be well for the brother. But, you know, in my culture, they always say, if you ever cover the fox, be sure the fox will bite you and nobody will help you. So those who stand with people who are wrong and believe that it's your right moment, you will only enjoy for some time. But later on, you will be released and you will come falling on the ground third, and you may break your bone and nobody will ever heal you. So bye-bye for now. I'm very appreciative that more subscribers have come online. And remember, I have 3 channels, so don't forget those other channels. I have 3 more that are not very active, but I'm trying to build them. Sometimes it's just a matter of time, and you can't actually have them. But for this one, I'm really appreciative that it has grown. It has grown, and it's a big one now. So thank you, and keep following. Have a nice time.